We do start here on the Plus with breaking news in Murfreesboro, a home destroyed by an early morning blaze.
News Channel 5's Alexander Cohen is on scene for us on Sunset Drive. Alexander, we hear the residents have their dogs to thank for making it out okay.
Amy, according to fire officials with the Murfreesboro Fire Department, a dog started barking and woke up one of the ladies who was staying here, and she was able to get the other people who were inside the home out. Eventually, fire crews did arrive on scene. They tell me they found flames coming from the backside of the home. They quickly attacked it, and as you can see behind me, the structure, it is still standing. But according to officials inside the home, that's a different story. There's a lot of fire and water and smoke damage inside the home. So most of that is a total loss, according to officials who are here on the scene. Unfortunately, out here, they are still looking for one cat believed to have died in that fire. It's unaccounted for, but as you guys have seen out here, it fires before. Sometimes, those animals get scared and run away. Obviously, we would hope for that, but at this point, they believe that cat is still missing. If you guys see anything in this neighborhood, if you see a cat running around, I'm sure these homeowners would really appreciate it if you call the Murfreesboro Fire Department. I've also been told that the Red Cross is here on scene to help this family find a new place to stay. Reporting live in Murfreesboro, Alexander Cohen, News Channel 5.
Alexandra, thank you. We are getting reports of a burglary here in Nashville.
Officers say the glass at a restaurant was smashed in earlier this morning. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy just arrived. Dan, good morning. What are we talking about here?
Hey, good morning. This is the Sonic 1701 Murfreesboro Pike, right over by the airport. And when workers got here this morning, they discovered somebody had tried to smash through their front door. We are off the property at this point, but I went ahead and took a picture on the iPad to show you what it looks like. You see, it appears somebody threw a large object, perhaps a rock, through the front door. The glass didn't even smash, and so they were unsuccessful in trying to enter the business. If that indeed was the goal of this, it could just be vandalism. At this point, we don't know. Police have yet to arrive on scene. But you see, there are even bars on that door, so even if they had been successful in breaking it open, it would have been tough to climb in there. So nothing was taken from this Sonic. Nobody was here overnight when this occurred. So the good news from 1701 Murfreesboro Pike, nothing taken. Everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. I almost dropped the iPad. Reporting live this morning in Nashville, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Great catch there, Dan. All right, thanks. Let's get back to some more breaking news in the mid-state. A bizarre shooting investigation in Bellevue. A guy shot several times. Minutes later, takes another weird twist. Another man shows up at the hospital after being shot in the face. News Channel 5 Sophie Nielsen-Colding has been talking with the investigators all morning. Sophie, good morning. These are connected, it sounds like, right?
Right. First, police arrived at this apartment complex in Bellevue to reports of shots fired. That's when they came over here and found the first victim, who had been shot multiple times in the torso. He was lying on that front, that doorstep right there of those apartments. Police say that at the same time when they were arriving and found this victim, they saw a white Nissan bolting out of the apartment complex. Some of the officers followed that Nissan, led them on a high-speed chase down I-40. That car is actually going so fast at one point they had to call off the chase. Police say the first victim was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center, went straight into surgery, and police then got a call from St. Thomas West that someone in a white Nissan had dropped off a second shooting victim at their hospital. He'd been shot in the face. So police think this white Nissan actually belongs to the first victim at the apartment complex. Police are now looking for that car, and as for those two victims, they were both transported to the hospital with serious injuries. Police are working to find out if those injuries became life-threatening, working to find out if those two guys are going to make it. So right now, police are looking to find a white 2016 Nissan with Tennessee tags. If you see that, call police. If we hear any more information about how these victims are doing, or if police find out what the relationship is between these guys, who the shooter is, we'll certainly bring that information to you. Live in Bellevue, Sophie Nielsen-Colding, News Channel 5.
Sophie, thanks. More breaking news. Hopkinsville police are looking for several people they believe are responsible for vandalizing a park. Officers say the playground at Mary Debo Park was damaged Tuesday night. They believe several kids were involved. If you have any information, call police immediately.
More breaking news now. 2 people are in the hospital after a fiery crash involving 4 cars in Springfield. Smoky Barn News reporting the crash happened along Highway 49 at Burt's Crossing around 8 last night. Officers say 2 of those cars burst into flames on impact. The 2 people that were hurt do not have life-threatening injuries. That's very, very fortunate. Could have been so much worse. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. A judge is expected to decide today whether embattled Rutherford County Sheriff Robert Arnold is going to be released from jail before his federal trial starts. You may remember Arnold had his pretrial release on federal corruption charges taken back, revoked, after allegations of domestic abuse involving his wife. Well, at a hearing yesterday, Arnold told the judge that his cell is a, quote, dungeon that messes with his mind, and he needs out. News Channel 5 did get an exclusive interview with Arnold's wife, Megan, outside of the courthouse.
What if he gets out tomorrow, or what if he stays behind bars? Do you have a preference either way?
I mean, I'd like to have him out, but I believe the judge is going to restrict him. I mean...
Are you okay with restrictions if he gets out?
Well, of course. I'm going to do what the judge tells us to do. I just want to make sure that he's able to see his children. That's what's killing him the most, is not being able to see his children.
As soon as the judge decides, we will pass that information along to you.
Police are investigating after a person jumped off of the Elm Hill Pike Bridge. Happened last night around 7, and we're told the jumper did not survive. I-40 in Donaldson was shut down for hours as police investigated. Download the News Channel 5 app for any updates. We're also learning more about that SWAT standoff we brought to you as breaking news yesterday morning. Stephen Whitson faces attempted criminal homicide after police say he severely beat his elderly mother. Whitson barricaded himself inside his home in South Nashville, finally surrendering. Investigators tell us he punched, kicked, strangled, and fired shots at his mom after she accused him of taking her prescription medications. And election 2016 now. We are just 5 days away from the big day, and the candidates aren't slowing down. Donald Trump is placing a huge emphasis on the vote in the key swing state of Florida right now. He told supporters in Miami yesterday his campaign doesn't want to blow it and that he has to win big. Hillary Clinton, meanwhile, is campaigning out west. She's trying to win the historically Republican state of Arizona. Remember, today is your last day to early vote here in Tennessee. For a look at polling hours and locations, just go to newschannel5.com.
Baseball fans stayed up very, very late, and man, was it worth it. 108 years in the making for Cubs fans. The game, pretty incredible. Nail-biter, you might say. Stretched to the 10th inning. Down 2 in the bottom of the 8th. That's the Indians' Rajai Davis. He brings the Tribe back with a 2-run blast. We're tied up at 6. LeBron, happy about it. Okay, so we go to extra innings, a rain delay in the 10th, and then, oh boy, the Cubs came out after that rain delay, and they took care of business. 8-6. There's your final out right there. The curse is over. Cubs win. Final score 8-7. Cubs win. Unbelievable. The team victory parade could be as soon as tomorrow. We're told they plan to be dyeing the Chicago River Cubbies blue.